Talking with Sally Laukitis of the Holland Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. First of all, a survey conducted by Michigan State pollsters taken during the first weekend in August showed that Holland is not just a tulip time destination. It's not even a time when we had the ice sculpting or anything like that. It was just a regular, to a certain extent, a regular summer weekend. You couldn't have been more pleased about the results and what you got.
You know, Gary, we were thrilled, and we've been planning to do this for a long time. It's finally come to fruition. In fact, we're having the Michigan State team back during tulip time to do another survey. We had them here at Christmas during Dutch Winterfest, and then we'll do one in the fall. But we were absolutely stunned, and it's the one question we get asked the most is, okay, so what's the economic impact? You know, how important is tourism really? And when those numbers came out, we were thrilled.
Thrilled, surprised, to a certain extent too?
Probably a little bit, but I've been reading surveys, I've been watching other communities that have done this, and so I knew the economic impact had to be huge, but to finally be able to quantify it, and actually they also worked with some folks out of Oregon State just to, double check their facts. The gentleman we started working with unfortunately passed away as we were just at the beginning stages. So it took us a little bit longer to get things going. And in fact, one of the students that was on the survey team is going to be working as an intern for us beginning in May.
Now, this particular survey, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sally, it was done to sort of maybe qualify or quantify some of the beliefs that you guys had about quote-unquote off-season tourism.
Exactly. And, we can talk ourselves blue in the face to people, and they'll say, oh, yeah, sure, tourism. But tourism is a huge economic driver for this community, for the entire lakeshore. And to be able to have the numbers to back it up, I'm really, really anxious to see how our tulip time numbers turn out as well. Especially because we're supposed to be dead on with the tulips. So that's probably not a good word to use, dead on, blooming on.
Yeah.
But no, we're thrilled. My board is thrilled. The attractions are happy to finally have some information. The hotels are happy, so it's all good.
Information and maybe proof. What other things can you and the CVB use with the numbers you received in August to sort of perhaps maybe target certain attractions that might be under-attracted, might be under-publicized?
Yeah, the other thing that we're doing, in fact, I'm presenting it in a couple of weeks, so this is a scoop, at my April 24 board meeting. There is a company up in Traverse City who just has started a pilot program that will allow us to receive the information from the hotels in terms of where everyone is coming from, how long they're staying, how many in their travel party, whether they're business or pleasure, so that we'll be able to find if there are markets that we're currently not hitting with our advertising that all of a sudden will not, so say take Springfield, Illinois. Maybe we've got 300 room nights from Springfield, Illinois. It's not really a blip on my radar screen, but now if I can start advertising and marketing there, we can increase that maybe to 3,000 room nights. So it's, we're getting more sophisticated, which is exciting.
Sally, the other thing, other reason why I asked you to stop on by is the Governor's Conference on Tourism. That's coming up later on this month, and as one of the leading figures in state tourism, as you are, talk a little bit about what this conference will mean. What things do you expect to see out of this conference? Because it is pretty much targeted for the start of the spring-summer tourism season.
Right. The thing that I'm most excited about for the tourism conference is the fact that as travel commissioners, we have been working for the last year and a half, 2 years, on a new strategic plan for Pure Michigan. And we are unveiling the strategic plan, all of the findings, at the tourism conference. That unveiling will be on, Sunday we have a commission meeting, and then I think the unveiling is on Monday. So we've identified some key areas. It's a 5-year plan. We're coming off of a 5-year plan. We learned a lot the last 5 years, and I think we've put some really good processes and thoughts into this new plan.
Is it almost to a certain extent, Sally, a freshening up of the program, or a building, an evolution of the Pure Michigan campaign, which has been overly successful.
Right. It's really an evolution. The state was very, very fortunate, 5 or 6 years ago when they went with McCann Erickson to do the marketing, create the Pure Michigan brand. Now we're at a point where it's so recognizable that how do we take it to the next level without diluting it and making it tired? How do we keep it ramped up? And I think we've got some good customer service components. I think we've got some good marketing components. I think we're dead on.
One other thing, Sally, and I'll let you go, and I appreciate you joining us on this. Is it a competitive situation in the marketplace for tourism between Michigan and its neighboring states, or is it a case of Michigan tourism trying to do the best it can, present its best face forward, and let the chips fall when they may?
I think it's a combination of both, but I have to say, since Pure Michigan was launched, Michigan.org has been the #1 state tourism website since the launch of Pure Michigan. So that sets the bar pretty high. We have to keep it up there. So how do we make it evolve? Obviously, we compete with the states around us, and now we're competing on a much broader level because we've gone national with the campaign.